Bangladesh is a developing country with 170 million population located in Southeast Asia region. It has a total of 64 districts. Dhaka is the capital of the country. The country is surrounded by India, Myanmar and Bay of Bengal. It is the world's most thickly populated country with 1,500 population per square kilometer. Per capita yearly income is about $1,602. Many national and international NGOs are working for the socio-economic development of the country. Institute of Allergy and Clinical Immunology of Bangladesh, in brief IACIB, is a unique, unparalleled, only NGO working for control of neglected tropical diseases of the neglected poor people in the country since its inception in 1995. It was established in 1995 as a non-profit, non-government and non-political organization, registered with the Ministry of Social Welfare and NGO Affairs Bureau, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, with its head office in Dhaka city. Professor Dr. Muazzam Hussain, Professor of Microbiology, is the founder of IACIB, who has unparalleled contribution in filariasis elimination and control of various neglected tropical diseases (NTDs) as lymphatic filariasis, rabies, leishmaniasis, soil-transmitted helminthiasis, dengue, malaria, HIV/AIDS, and also non-communicable thalassaemia, a genetic disorder, tobacco control, etc. in Bangladesh. These neglected diseases are very common throughout the country. He introduced and established the allergy test, particularly skin prick test and patch test for allergen detection and immunotherapy for allergic diseases for the first time in Bangladesh. He also has established the Department of Microbiology in medical colleges of the country in 1990. Professor Dr. Muazzam Hussain was a former Director Disease Control under Ministry of Health, Government of Bangladesh. He was also the visiting professor at Japan. The institute enjoys worldwide recognition for its achievement for elimination of filariasis and control of other communicable neglected diseases in Bangladesh, teaching and research. It has established 3 specialized charitable hospitals for filariasis and NTDs, 1 thalassaemia hospital and institute. Through these charitable hospitals, the organization has been providing low-cost healthcare services to the neglected poor people of the country, particularly filariasis, other neglected tropical diseases, conducting various training and researches on NTDs. IACIB is performing morbidity control of filariasis through modern sequential compression therapy, twisting tourniquet technique, bandaging and surgery for hydrocele cases. It has been providing training to government doctors, paramedics, NGO workers, rural medical practitioners, Japanese volunteers, etc., while working for rabies control through different approaches including social mobilization, school health education. The organization conducted animal birth control, particularly dog and cat, by both surgical of vasectomy and ligation and chemical method.
Largely responsible for transmission of rabies in Asia is the dog. Besides cats, monkeys, it must be noted that the saliva of a rabid animal is infective 2 to 3 days before signs of rabies appear in the animal. Clinical features. Rabies victims suffer horrifying symptoms and eventually die. Most pathetically, they know that the disease has no cure and they will die soon. The rabies victim dies a solitary death in isolation hospital ward, away from relatives, dear and near ones. The victim's hands are invariably tied to the cot by bandage or ropes. They are unable to drink even sips of water, undergo great pain and mental agony, and in most cases with full awareness. Prodromal phase. Tingling and numbness are experienced at the site of bite 2 to 3 days before clinical symptoms appear. Later, low-grade fever, headache and body ache are reported. Clinically, subsequently, patient develops painful spasm of the muscles that control breathing and swallowing, resulting in drooling of saliva, and person cannot swallow and voice may get hoarse. The pupils may get dilated. Tears and perspiration increases. Blood pressure becomes low. Patient develops hydrophobia, fear of water. Photophobia, fear of light. Aerophobia, fear of breeze. Later, as the disease progresses, patient gets agitated, combative and destructive. Shows mental confusion, becomes sensitive to touch, noise and light, gets extremely thirsty but unable to drink because of painful spasms in the throat, develops dehydration, loss of muscle tone and listlessness is seen in majority, and eventually death occurs in 3 to 5 days due to respiratory paralysis or cardiac arrest. Paralytic rabies is seen in about 20% of rabies cases. Here also, initially, the patient experiences tingling and numbness at the site of bite 2 to 3 days before the clinical symptoms appear. The paralytic type of rabies is seen usually in patients who had taken some anti-rabies vaccination in the past.
In addition, the organization is also providing services on sexual and reproductive health and right (SRHR) among garments factory workers, including improvement of the menstrual health and personal hygiene. In Bangladesh, there are about 5,400 garments factories and 4.6 million garments factory workers. IACIB has planned to cover all these factories for SRHR services to the workers if fund is available. The organization is also working on disaster management, relief distribution during flood, as flood is very common in Bangladesh. It also works on tobacco control among school students and made a number of schools tobacco-free. It has been working on HIV/AIDS and STDs control among rickshaw pullers. Many foreign students as Fulbright Fellow from USA, students from Japan, James Cook University Australia, Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteers, JOCVs, etc. are involved in various practical training, research on filariasis and other NTDs, etc. as a part of the master degree, MPH, PhD. The local researchers are also involved with different NTDs activities of IACIB. Many local and foreign visitors from WHO, Japan ambassadors, ministers, high officials, etc. visited the hospitals and highly appreciated for its different innovative activities. IACIB has been conducting medical assistant training course, MATS, to produce barefooted doctors to serve the rural community. IACIB for the first time organized the international conference on filariasis, including NTDs and climate change. About 200 participants from Japan, Australia, USA, India, Thailand, and many other countries participated in the conference on NTDs. Every year, the organization observes various national and international days as National Filaria Day, World AIDS Day, World Tobacco Control Day, International Menstruation Day, World Health Day, International Human Rights Day, etc. through rally, discussions, social mobilization, mobile truck program, folk song, distribution of poster, leaflets, calendar, billboard, etc. on various neglected communicable and non-communicable diseases.
ছোট একটা মশার কামড় নয় তো ছোট মোটে, সেই কামড়ে অনেক বড় বিপদ এসে জোটে। হাত পা ফুলে পঙ্গু হবে, চিরদিন অসুখটা রবে। রোগের নামটি ফাইলেরিয়া, গোত্রক সবাই কয়। সুস্থ থাকার জন্য সবার সাবধান হতে হয় রে, সাবধান হতে হয়। সুস্থ থাকার জন্য সবার সাবধান হতে হয় রে, সাবধান হতে হয়।
IACIB started all these activities on control of filariasis and NTDs first in the country, as there was no separate government program for control of these communicable diseases. Then only IACIB convinced and proposed the Ministry of Health MOH to start and develop all the separate projects, programs of NTDs, starting from filariasis in 2000 and gradually other projects under Ministry of Health. IACIB is involved with different control programs of Ministry of Health through Memorandum of Understanding MOU. There was tremendous success of control neglected tropical diseases activities of Ministry of Health Bangladesh and IACIB that filariasis was declared eliminated in 2011. Death rate of malaria was previously about 700 yearly and reduced from 700 yearly in 2006 to near 20 yearly now. Similarly, death rate of dengue yearly from 93 since 2000 reduced to 0 since 2007, and similarly other NTDs as leishmaniasis, soil transmitted helminths, etc. are dramatically reduced. Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, was awarded by WHO in 2015 for tremendous success of control of communicable NTDs in Bangladesh among Southeast Asia region, which was a great unparalleled contribution of IACIB and its founder, Professor Dr. Muazzam Hussain. Professor Hussain received Westergaard Franzen Award 2011 from Indian Academy of Vectors for his unparalleled work on elimination of filariasis and control of neglected tropical diseases in Bangladesh. Ministry of Social Welfare, Government of Bangladesh supported IACIB to establish one hospital for filariasis neglected tropical diseases for morbidity management and research. The organization established the first Thalassaemia hospital and institute at Savar for services to thalassaemia patients, prevention, control, and research on it. In Bangladesh, there are about 10.2%, 17 million thalassaemia carriers, and yearly at least 15,000 new thalassaemia cases are born, and there are existing about 1 million patients. Through this institute, it has been providing one-stop services including frequent counseling and testing and antenatal checkup of thalassaemia carriers and social mobilization in different ways, including observation of national and international thalassaemia days. It has been working among unmarried university students and government's factory workers for pre-marital testing to prevent thalassaemia, which is the only way for its control. Government of Bangladesh, particularly Ministry of Health and Ministry of Social Welfare, partly support IACIB for its different activities. IACIB has received international support from GFATM, the Netherlands, UNDP, Canadian CIDA, AusAid, Japan, Humanity Beyond Barriers, USA, etc., and has collaboration with Global Health Share GHS under University of California, Davis, USA. Now the organization IACIB invites all international donors, organizations, and individuals to come forward for support for poor thalassaemia patients, morbidity control of filariasis and other neglected diseases, emerging and re-emerging diseases, research, and for collaboration in any other ways, etc. it is highly expected that everybody will come forward for socio-economic development of the country through different activities of Institute of Allergy and Clinical Immunology of Bangladesh. Address of IACIB: Zinzira Hospital Road, Post Office Dairy Farm, Sub-District Savar, District Dhaka 1341, Bangladesh. Email iacib1995@gmail.com. Website www.iacib.org. Mobile 880 177 25 444 69.